Hello everybody and welcome back to Balake Farms, Witcombe Farm, well Park Farm, sorry. As you can see, I am adjusting the international, but I don't think we're going to be using it straight away. We have moved on to September and there is some bad weather on the way, so let's just have a look. Where is it? It's the calendar, isn't it? So yeah, by 9 o'clock we're expecting 2 hours of rain. Yeah, we're going to get quite a few hours of rain in the middle of the day, but it's not going to slow us down. For this episode, we need to buy a trailer. I've seen one in the sale, and it is £9,192. So we're going to aim towards this today, I think. Well, we could buy it, to be fair. I might just get it bought so we don't lose it. Woody is well aware that this is up here and he's agreed it's a good purchase. So what we've got to do is change the colour. And then we don't have to pay anything for the colour, so that gets it down. And then if we take the trailer hitch off, we can get it down to £9,692. I don't think there's anything else. Yeah, because everything else is more expensive, so yeah, we're going to get this bought. It's a nice little trailer, as you can see. It holds 12,000 litres, but it's only £9,000, so we'll get that bought. And at some point today, we'll go get it collected. But for now, our main concern is doing some contracts. So Woody's just took a harvesting contract out. I've seen a cultivating contract I wouldn't mind doing. It's with well, what should we do it with? So we could do it with something a bit different, or we could use the old iron. Now, what's it suggest? I think it's going to give us the old iron anyway. Do you know what? I've never used one of these. I think it'd be quite cool to borrow that one. So we're going to go do our cultivating job. As you can see, Woody's got a harvesting job. It might be something we have to help with, because the harvester, you have to have someone drive the harvester while someone's at the side with the trailer, I believe. It might have a small tank, but I'm not 100% sure. But for now, let's run off and yeah, let's go collect our tractor. So here's our rig. So Woody's off doing that. If it's got a tank, he'll be filling up the trailer at the side of the field. So as he gets that trailer full, we're going to have to just pop and take it to the sell point for him, just so he can keep harvesting while we can do a bit of carting, and we can take this big old bus here to our field, and we'll crack on doing some of this, and then in between we'll do some carting for Woody. So it is tight getting out of the shot with this big old thing. We need to go to field 34. So where is field 34? Right, so we're up here. So what we got to do is cross the roundabout up. I don't think we can get that. I think we've got to go up there, go at the fork, and then carry it through the village. There's a bit of driving to do on this contract, but not to worry. It should be a nice steady ride. So let's get the beacons on, and we'll head over to the field now, and then we can get unfolded. So it looks like Katie's not been looking after her field because it's a withered crop of spelt. So it looks like Woody has gone the wrong way because he has come to my field and not his own field. So we're just going to get off the road and get on this in through this gate, hopefully, which could be easier said than done. Because these, there we go. I was going to say these crawler tractors are not the easiest. But yeah, so Katie's got a withered field, and this is what we've come to cultivate. So not bad. It's 14 grand contract, so should give us a fair bit of money. I mean, Woody's is worth a lot of money, but I'd imagine he's going to get fed up with it quick because those contracts are always hard work. Right, so there we go. We are set in. Let's get this field cultivated and see how quick this is. I wouldn't imagine it'll take too long with this setup. It's not a bad setup, really. But yeah, I want to get cracked on and we'll see how long it takes. Right, that's our cultivating job all complete. Nice and easy. Now, by the looks of the workers being hide and dehide, I think Woody's having a bit of a mission on his contract. But yeah, we've just collected 14 grand and we got this field done. So obviously there's a percentage you don't have to do with these contracts. They don't make you do it all the way. So there's loads of contracts on the thing at the moment, but I don't know if we're going to have to help Woody or we can crack on with another one. So we might have to just message him and then we can see, because there's another contracting job for 10 grand there. There's a spraying job, but obviously now we've got a sprayer we would have to use. Oh no, it's a weed one, so we would have to borrow that. That's 14 grand. That's probably worth it, but we've got to buy the herbicide. So yeah, it's saying the cost of the materials is £2,344 and it wants 2,000 litres. So yeah, it's possible. But yeah, let's just message Woody, see if he needs a help, and if not, we'll crack on with Walter's spraying. Right, sounds like Woody's having a right mare over there, but he is going, so I've told him to leave it if he doesn't think it's worth it. And we're going to go spray this field. So let's take the Kubota that it's offering us. And we're going to need to buy some herbicide. So let's just get onto the herbicide menu. And let's get some herbicide bought. Does look like Woody's going to be cancelling that contract. Though the trouble with those vegetable harvesting jobs is they're really not worth it. They are very slow. They're painful to do. Yeah, they're not fun. So yeah, so we get herbicide. It's 2,000 litres 2,400 quid. So let's get that bought. And then that should be enough for us to go spraying in Walter's field. So let's start this boat up. We'll fill up this spreader. And then we can run on down to our next job. So it looks like Woody has cancelled that job. Don't actually blame him. I honestly don't think they're worth the hassle, those jobs. You're better off if you can get a combine, do it a combine. Other than that, I personally would leave them and never touch them. Right, let's get this down to the field and then we can get cracking. So we're good halfway through the spraying job now. It's not going too badly. Big spray like this, it's nice and easy. We're not travelling overly fast, but it is fairly easy. So yeah, we're about, well, 63% done now. So I'd imagine by the time we do about 2 more breeds, we'll be there. Woody's doing a cultivating job and we have overtaken him with a percentage. So he must have a lot smaller working width than us. So we'll get this one carried out. I was just trying to work out where the money's gone really, because I thought I pulled in 14 grand plus I had 10 grand already. So yeah, I wasn't sure. I know we spent some money on herbicide, but yeah, a bit weird. Unless it's charging us for leasing the vehicles before we do the contract. We need to keep an eye on it really, and then we can see. But yeah, we'll carry on with this, and we shouldn't be too much longer before we've got it completed. So I've just pulled in our yard because we've still got quite a lot of herbicide left. So I was just offloading it in our yard because there's no point of wasting it. There's 1,800 litres there, so we might as well keep that for the next contract. So yeah, we're completed. Another £14,000. So let's get that collected. There we go, £14,000. That takes us nicely up to £29,000 again. So let's have a look through the contract list, see if there's anything worth doing. There's a spinach harvest not far away. 10 grand, can keep 6,000 litres. Must deliver 60,000 litres. That's a big contract. There's a, what's this one? Green bean one. Carrots, onions. Oh, there is a harvesting one with a combine. So it's only £4,000. It's sorghum. But I think we might do that. I do like me a nice harvesting job. So field 28, right next to our yard, and the tipping point is right next to our yard. So that is a very nice contract. So we're going to run the combine up there first, as always. We'll get started and then we'll come down. To be fair, because we're so close to our yard doing this and we're delivering it so close to our yard, I might even bring our tractor up here and use our trailer instead of using the one that's supplied. And then it's a good way of getting ours back to the yard. And yeah, it would make sense that we then will have our trailer where we want it. So this pallet of fertilizer is very annoying. It's back in the way. We need to get a front loader bought really, so we can get these things taken over to the yard, and then we can store everything in our own yard and at our own convenience. So let's get this header on, and then we'll fill the combine up to start with, and then like you say, we'll bring our tractor back and we'll fetch our trailer, and we'll use our trailer for moving the grain around. So it'll give me a chance to use our tractor and our new trailer. But yeah, let me run this up to the field and I'll see you there. So we made it. I did go the wrong way. I kind of went to the sell point opposed to the field. But we are finally here. So let's get some sorghum all cultivated. So there we go. It is underway now. So we've got the Fent combine, as you can see. It's self-leveling suspension. Should be a breeze in this field. It's a nice long, very straight field. So really isn't too bad at all. So the grand total stands us now is £38,000, and we are aiming for a combine. So we've got the tractor, we've got the trailer, we just need the combine before next month. So we're looking, there's quite a few little options we could go for, but obviously the more money we can make, the better combine we can start with, because obviously if we do a corn contract, once we've bought a corn header combine, that will be the combine we'll have to use. But yeah, so we want something fairly decent. It doesn't have to be mega. I mean, this is only a small working width, but it's a very expensive combine. So we're looking at probably, I quite like that case we found for £45,000. But we've got to buy the header on top of that as well. So it's an option for us, and I'm bearing it in mind. I'm just waiting to see what we can make of all these contracts. Now, this one isn't a very high-paying contract, but as we know, the kickback we'll get off the field for our bit of grain, it's probably equal to the contract, if not a bit more. So we might end up getting a fair few pennies for it. So it will help. Woody's doing another cultivating job, and I think there's quite a few more jobs to go at, really. I'm just trying to stay clear of anything that's too much work for not a lot of money. So the vegetable jobs, they're good money, but they would take in real time like an hour, 2 hours, and you think 50 grand for 2 hours, the time you've got the contract and that, is it worth it? Could we make that money doing loads of other contracts in the same time? And that's the thing that stops me doing vegetables. But for now, we'll get cracked on, and hopefully we'll get this sorghum field done. But let me just show you what I was meaning. So we're looking at so these are realistically our options. So you've got this tiny little thing, but does it do corn? Just soybeans, sunflower seeds. No, so sunflowers we need. So you could get that. I was thinking something like this. It's £45,000. We've got no cab on her, but we can add one for an extra 5 grand. So it'd be 50 grand Nice cabin. Really nice combine, but put together we can get a nice, nearly a 5 metre header, so we need 61.5, 65 grand all in. But that would get our field done. And then it's a nice working width for doing contracts with, really. So I think this is only a 6 metre, so we won't be too much smaller with our header. And then we can get using it, and then we don't have the leasing costs either, so we could actually make more money by using our own machinery. Not only for the fact that we said that's how we're playing it, but we could actually make more money because the leasing costs on borrowing people's equipment is quite high. But yeah, let me get cracked on with this sorghum, and then I will catch up with you guys when we're full trailer or finish the field. Right, well that's our trailer full, and we've got 964 litres left in the combine. We probably should have used their trailer, but I needed to pick ours up, so we'll just have to make 2 trips. It's not the end of the world. And it's nice to give our tractor its first outing. So it might be a bit heavy or a bit big, this trailer. I don't really know, so we'll find out together. Yeah, let's get this run over. So the sell point's right next to our yard. It's a bit of a drive, and then we'll come back and get that last bit, because that last bit is our bit, so we don't want to be missing out on our little bit of percentage. So we are going across the field. It's quite wet, as you can see, and muddy. I've just lowered the tyre pressure just to give it a bit more grip so we don't sink in. But yeah, let's get this over to the sell point, and we can find out what's the first bit we're going to make, and then we can see what the rest of it's going to be. So this is really annoying, but it's not letting me tip at the grain melt. So I don't know why. I've tried. Let's see, I've backed onto it here. It should just let us tip now, but it's not letting us tip. It just will not find the trigger to tip. So I've tried everything, so that's really annoying. So what I'm going to do is, the contract's worth £4,023. We're going to lose 600 quid to cancelling it. Oh, no we're not. We're going to lose £23,976 apparently for cancelling it. But then I'll add that back on top of the £4,000 because I don't know why it wasn't working, but it just wasn't working. So I'm going to add it back because we've done the work, we've delivered it, but it will not, for some reason, let us deliver it. So let's start off with adding back what it's took us. So it's 23,979. So we'll add that, and then we'll add the £4,000 we would have got. But obviously we're not going to make our little bit extra this time because for some reason it just would not let us tip. Oh, and apparently the trailer's still full of the sorghum. So we will empty that as well because that is not ours. So we'll get that emptied. There we go. So I think that's the fairest way to do it. We had done all the work. It's annoying we're not going to get a little percentage, but I'll remember that next time because for some reason it did not like tipping there. Unless it's this trailer. But yeah. Right, let's head back over. Let's head back to our yard. But at least we got the trailer up here. And it's sorted. So yeah, Woody just said, someone had said, and I remember on one of our streams that someone had said that I think that sawmill, the windmill point didn't work for them either, so it might just be a bug in the system, but we'll just remember that. So if we think that one's not going to work, we just won't use it anymore. Well, we won't use it until there's a patch sort of thing. But yeah, we got the trailer delivered. So that's the end. We still made £4,000. We could have made a bit more, but it's not the end of the world. I'm sure we'll make some more money. So let's have a nice big contract. I feel like we need to make some good money back now because that was a bit annoying. So there is a sow barley job, or what else? There's a ploughing job for 16,000, but that reckons it'll take 40 minutes. But I quite liking the looks of this cultivating one up here, right next to where Woody's working, and it's £13,739. That looks like a perfect job for us. Now, it offered us a fast track, so we will, I think we'll take one of these actually, and we'll borrow that. So obviously as you borrow different vehicles, you get charged more for borrowing different vehicles. Oh, this is Woody's tractor. He's not got much further left on his stone picking job here. Got a nice fast track doing the job there. But yeah, so here is what we've borrowed. We've borrowed a big crawler. Well, a quad track. And it's a modern one, so it's a bit moderner than that last one we had. But it should do the job perfectly. And this job's worth 13 grand, so yeah, really nice. So where are we going? Quite a long way up there. So we've got field 10, so out of the yard, and I think it's just straight up through the wooded area and we'll be there. Right, let's head that way, get the beacons on if it's got any. It has got beacons. Oh, it has got a little one on the front. They probably should have exited the shop the other way around. It probably would have been easier. But yeah, let's head over to that field and let's get it cultivated. I'll see you there. And there's Woody working away. So we are going to be in the fields next door to each other. I've got this one cultivated and he's stone picking in that field. So we might be able to keep an eye on him and see what he's doing while we crack on with our field. So we're nearly there. I think it's just around there by the looks of the gate entry. And then we'll start our cultivating. It should be quite easy and quite quick with this rig. It looks like we've got to go around, would I say? Is there a track around that side? Probably is. We'll try and take the track to get there, and then we'll pop in and get this field cultivated up. And we're going to use this newer quad track, which does do 25 mile an hour, which I'm quite impressed with, because I thought they were slow, but this one seems to be not too bad at all. Right. So yeah, there's the entrance to our field. So I think, yeah, we could have possibly got down there, but I think that's the correct way of getting to the field. So let's get her unfolded and find out what we're dealing with. So it looks like a fairly decent cultivator. And there we go, just to getting it unfolded. And let's get it sunk in. Get the RTK on. And there's not many breeds to this field. Right. Let's get cultivating. Right, that's another contract all buttoned up. So let's collect our £13,339, and that takes us up to £67,000. So I think we're going to buy the combine this episode. I'm just going to message Woody to see if he is happy with getting the case one what we were discussed the other day. No, it's not a case, is it? It's I think it's a Massey. Let me just double check this actually, because I can't remember. Let's just go down here. It's, yeah, sorry, it's the Massey. I thought it was a case. I was wrong. So yeah, it's the Massey. So it's the 5650. So I'll just put that. As long as Woody is happy, we'll get it purchased and we'll have a look around the combine. I think it's the best value for money. It's got the best working width on it, I think, for us at the moment. So yeah, he's happy. So let's crack on. There's only a couple of upgrades I want to do, and one of them is put a cabin on it. Ooh. I don't think we need to spend the extra 800 quid. I know it's 5 grand, but do need a beacon on it. Oh, we don't need chrome the exhaust. I think we just go standard. Draw. I think that might be worth it. So it's possible with these few bits we've added on that we might not have enough. But that's fine. We've got the main body, so let's get the header. We've got enough for the header. We need... No, it doesn't do anything. And it's just standard float, so let's get the header bought. And I'm hoping that leaves us... Oh, it just leaves us enough to get the header trailer as well. So there we are. Down to £882. But this is now the second bit of equipment we own on the farm. Massey Ferguson 5650. Look at that. So that will come in handy next month to do our sunflowers, and then any contracts that come up now, we've got a combine that we can use. So let's see if we can get the header on that header trailer without hitting it. The only thing, it's a bit awkward when it parks it so close to the fence. Let me just nudge that forward, or yeah, there we go. We'll scratch our new combine up a little bit. Let's get this header on. There we go. So it is a, I think it's just shy of 5 metre working width. It's not massive, but it certainly isn't the smallest one we could have gone for. That's why we've spent a bit extra and got this one. So there we are. So our little header on its header trailer. So there we go. Get the beacons on. And I think that is an absolute perfect place to leave today's episode. So guys, thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed the episode, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any suggestions, leave them below. And if you hit the subscribe button and ring the bell, you'll get a notification of the next video, where I'd hopefully like to put this to the test. I'll see you then.